Good morning, everyone. This is Pinkie, the housewife, and I'm coming to you today. Today is, hmm, I think it's Friday. Let me just check. I'm sorry, guys. I never know what day it is. I think it is Friday. No, today is Wednesday. Oh my God. Today is Wednesday, October the 2nd. Thank God I don't know what day it is. Okay. But it's Wednesday. Okay. October the 2nd. And I'm coming with you with some more breaking news. This is about Mayor Adams, Eric, Mayor Eric Adams out of New York. Okay. And the mayor of New York, and he's been indicted. Um, yes, he's been indicted. A sitting mayor that's been indicted. I guess this is the first time for everything, right? And the information I'm going to be bringing you a video from CBS of New York, okay? And it's going to be down in my description box below my video, okay? But this is the same mayor that gave Sean Diddy Combs the key to the city, the, the key to New York. This is the same mayor. Now, P. Diddy was indicted. Uh, that was August 16th. Okay. No, that was September the 16th. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just had surgery just 2 days ago. And today is my first time doing anything on social media. So y'all have to excuse me. My mind is a little fuzzy and everything is when I say fuzzy, today is the first day that my mind is kind of clear, but it's still fuzzy. I can't remember the day of the week and everything. So I just had surgery. Remember that fractured toe that my big dog, my husky, jumped down on my toe and fractured that toe. And then a week later, I stomped it and broke it. And then it caused an infection and hematoma and everything. But they had to go in and do some surgery. Um, so, so I'm kind of fuzzy from all this stuff that went on. Okay, but anyway, uh, they did surgery um, Monday. It was on Monday. So so I'm still fuzzy. Okay. So, but anyway, um, so that's why I may forget what day it is. Because today is a good day. I finally woke up from all the everything. But anyway, um, I'm laying in bed. I am literally laying in my bed. And I cannot get up without assistance because when I say this thing is painful, it is painful. Okay. So, but anyway, let me just get back to the matter at hand and do something for me, guys. Let me help everybody because I haven't done anything in a while and I need y'all to do this for me. I need everybody that's watching my video, everybody that's watching this beautiful video that I'm going to be putting out. Okay. First, let me say, welcome to the Pink House. And I need everybody to go ahead and hit that like button. Whether you want to hit it or not, it don't cost a thing. It helps me out. So go ahead and hit that like button. That's the thumbs up button. And subscribe to my channel. Now, if you have already subscribed to Pinkie the Housewife, I'm going to be carrying this on my second channel too, which is Pink Global. So go ahead and subscribe to Pink Global if you have not. And you're going to hit the like button on both channels because I need it. Okay, I'm just not going to lie to you. I need you to do that. And when you get through doing those things, I'm going to go ahead and thank you right now so I won't forget. All right? Thank you, guys. But we're going to be talking about Mayor Adams, Eric Adams, his indictment. And he's a sitting mayor, guys. Sitting mayor. But gosh, the things that's been said, oh Lord, this man should have known better. Somebody should have told him, because this has been going on for a long time. I don't know. Did he know it? He got to know. He knew better. That's in my opinion. That's in my opinion. He had to know better. But anyway, so he's going to be going through this just like P. Diddy is going through stuff. Boy, I tell you. But let's go ahead. Let me get that video out for you. Okay? Let me just get that video out for you. Like I said, this video is credit goes to CBS of New York. Okay? So let me go ahead and get that out for you, because I just don't know. When I say I just don't know what these what do they be thinking about? What be crossing their minds? I have no idea what crossed their mind when they be going through all of this craziness. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and get it started for you. Let me take this down. Okay. Let me just undo that. So guys, here's the video.
This is breaking news.
And this is a CBS News New York special report. Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted, and that indictment has just been unsealed, and we are combing through it now. These are some of the charges that the mayor is facing right now. There are 5 counts. Count 1, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals. Count 2 is wire fraud. Count 3, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. The other 2 counts are as such. Count 4, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national, and count 5 is bribery.
These are the first criminal charges ever filed against a sitting mayor in New York City. It is a multi-count indictment, and it goes back many years. Decades of research and documents have been used in this indictment that was unsealed this morning in the Southern District Court. There are very specific charges here, one of them being that the U.S. attorney saying that he smuggled contributions through U.S.-based straw donors from several countries. One of them in particular is Turkey, and we've been following that for quite some time. The U.S. attorney also saying that he compounded his gains as well, and saying that this stemmed from years before he even ran for mayor.
Yeah, the matching funds program, which we will discuss more at length in a few moments. We're also awaiting a news conference with the Southern District of New York announcing the indictment to give more details on this investigation, as well as a press conference from Mayor Adams himself, who is set to speak at any moment.
We are looking through the indictment. It is many pages long, many details that we are going through. And Eric Adams is now, again, the first sitting mayor in New York City history to be indicted. He did release a video message last night saying that if he is charged, he is innocent and he vows to fight. We have political reporter Marcia Kramer. She is joining us on set as well. I know, Marcia, you have been combing through this, going through the very details, and we've been talking about this for so long. You've been following this case for so long. What are you seeing? What are the main points here?
The thing that was stunning to me is that this goes back to when he was borough president in 2015. So we're talking about a conspiracy to accept bribes from foreign governments that goes back nearly 10 years. But I want to read you some things from one of the pages in the indictment. They talk about the various trips that he received and the values, and that he never reported. A 12,000 trip from India to Turkey, a 41,000 trip, free business class tickets from France, Turkey, and China, 16,000 free business class tickets for 2 round-trip tickets from New York to China. I think that was one of his partners. A $12,000 trip to Hungary, a $9,000 trip to Turkey, a $21,000 trip to Turkey, where he then canceled, and also a $12,000 trip to Ghana via Turkey. And as you know, right after he got elected mayor, he made a point of going to Ghana and going to the slave houses there to dramatize the fact that he was the first Black person to go there before he became mayor. And then after the trip, he took the oath of office on January 1st, 2022.
And also listed in the indictment with a number of these trips, small payments to make it look like he actually did make payments, a paper trail left behind to show that there were receipts for these trips.
But only some of the times. I mean, according to this indictment, in the beginning, he would take small payments. Or, for example, he was taking a trip with his partner, according to this indictment, and they bought economy tickets that cost about $12,000 and $2,000, and were upgraded to business class, which was $10,000. But later on, he instructed people not to put those payments in because he didn't want to show up on his campaign finance reports.
Yeah. Are you surprised, Marcia, that we are going back so many years? I mean, we had talked about this, and in the past year, we have seen so much since November of 2023 when we started seeing the feds seize some documents. But now we're looking at a decades-long corruption probe is what they're saying.
Well, you see, what I think is also here is something that we actually reported on repeatedly over the course of the last 9 or 10 months. And that was this, that after he was accepting all of these payments and straw donors from people in Turkey, there came a time when Turkey wanted to pay back, according to the indictment. And the payback was they wanted him to use his power to put pressure on the FDNY to let the Turkish embassy open without a safety check. And the person who didn't want to do it was told, according to this indictment, you'll lose your job if you don't do it. It's right here in this multiple-page indictment.
It's something to the effect of, now it's time to pay them back for what they've done to us here in the indictment. Also listed, Marshall, you talk about the straw donors and how they're able to disguise donors. But the bigger issue here is compounding those gains from something called the matching funds program, matching those small dollar contributions, augmenting those numbers to the tune of over $10 million.
I mean, the thing you have to understand is that campaign finance laws in New York are very generous. And if you have a contribution, you can get a 6-to-1 or 8-to-1 match, depending on the year you're talking about. And so it was a very, very important thing. But also, there was another part of the indictment that was amazing when it talks about a businessman gave him a huge contribution because he thought if he contributed to his mayoral campaign that Eric Adams was such an important figure in New York, he could go on to be president. And that's why he gave him, I believe the figure was $100,000.
After seeing all of this, we are awaiting a mayor's press conference. Can he continue to serve as mayor in New York City, do you believe?
Well, I think that's what you're going to see when he has his press conference. There are reports that Hazel Dukes, the head of the NAACP, has gone to Gracie Mansion. I suspect you'll see her there. And I think that you're going to see him do what he did last night, which is to say, these are lies, and I'm going to fight this with every strength and spirit that I have. I can't imagine that he's going to change his tune after last night. Remember, this investigation has been going on for almost 11 months, 10 months. He knows what they have. His lawyers know what they have. You know, interestingly, during the course of this investigation, his lawyers put out a report saying they had investigated these charges and there's nothing illegal. And they say that they gave that information to federal prosecutors. Obviously, federal prosecutors didn't believe it and thought it was just exculpatory.
So not that any Department of Justice investigation is not wide-ranging, but do you think there are any surprises in the Adams camp right now that this is going back as far as 2014 when this investigation really first started with this foreign influence?
I was stunned to see that it goes back to borough president days. I thought that they were focusing on things that had happened in the mayoral race and things that he had done maybe right before he became mayor as borough president, because we're talking about opening of that embassy that the Turkish government wanted to do in Midtown. But it went back much farther than that, detailing when he originally made contact with the Turkish government and other officials. Now, it's clear from reading this indictment that there is a cooperating witness. They talk about a Turkish official, a member of the Adams administration. I can tell you that one of the members of the Adams administration, Rina Abasoba, which was his contact to the Turkish government when he was borough president, has been it's been publicly reported that she's cooperating. So I presume that is the Adams official in the indictment. But who is the Turkish official? I know that in the subpoena, they did name the then consul general of Turkey, who Adams has been photographed with, raising flags and walking out of the consulate with him. So it could be that person as well.
If you're just joining us, we are awaiting a Mayor Adams press conference, but let's take a look again at that multi-count indictment, and we can go through, Marcia, if you would, each of the charges. One of them is bribery, conspiracy. Another is fraud. Another is soliciting illegal campaign donations. Again, as you've been taking a look at this indictment, it's many pages. There are many details in this. This is going to be a difficult one to fight and is going to take a lot of his effort and his time. And so the questions are going to be raised is whether he can continue. So many calls at this point for him to step aside.
Well, I can tell you that my inbox is, I would call it a crescendo of people who are asking him to step aside. But I think that he's going to try to fight it. I think that he feels that these are unfair. And I think we're going to wait and hear what he has to say. But I think he's going to try to fight it.
Again, count one, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals being the first one. And you've talked quite a bit about that as we're taking a look at Gracie Mansion as the mayor is walking to the podium.
The very first line item in the indictment in 2014, Eric Adams, the defendant, became Brooklyn borough president. Therefore, for nearly a decade, Adams sought and accepted improper valuable benefits such as luxury international travel, including from wealthy foreign business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. By 2018, Adams, who had then been made known his plans to run for mayor of New York City, not only accepted, but then sought illegal campaign contributions to his 2021 campaign.
Now to the turmoil at City Hall. Mayor Adams made new appointments as he tries to stay focused on his mayoral duties. Tomorrow, the mayor is set to appear before a judge again in that federal corruption probe. News 4 government affairs reporter Melissa Russo is live in the newsroom with the very latest for us. Melissa.
And Chuck, sources close to Mayor Adams and Governor Kathy Hochul and even other people who are familiar with these discussions are telling us that we can expect to see some additional turnover on the mayor's team in the days to come. The fact that controversial aide Tim Pearson left last night, we're told, is not enough for Mayor Adams to avoid potentially being removed from his position, which we're told the governor really hopes to avoid doing. So today, the mayor, who insists he is innocent, took steps to fill some vacancies, and he made some changes to the optics of his weekly Tuesday news conference.
At City Hall today, Mayor Eric Adams ditched his usual Jay-Z music mix, which he uses to kick off events, instead walking alone to a podium in the City Hall rotunda in silence.
First of all, just want to let all of you know all this is going in my book.
No sign today of the senior-most aides who usually bookend the mayor at his Tuesday briefings. Both had their phones seized in recent days and weeks. Asked whether he thinks he needs to name an acting mayor with court appearances starting tomorrow.
I don't need an acting mayor because I'm an actual mayor.
On the eve of that hearing, the mayor's new defense attorney asking the judge to investigate their allegations of improper leaks by prosecutors.
And they have lots of law books and very little real-world experience. And so they leak it to the media.
The mayor's claims of a politically motivated prosecution drawing support now from Donald Trump.
He talked about how the illegal migrants are hurting our city and the federal government should pay us and we shouldn't have to take them. And I said, you know what? He'll be indicted
The mayor says he appreciates any American who supports him, but before he makes his case in court or in the court of public opinion, he has to convince the governor and other power brokers that he can survive. The mayor today announced he has named 2 new lawyers to fill the city's 2 most powerful legal positions. This after his city hall council and corporation council left over disagreements with the mayor's support of senior aide Tim Pearson and the question of whether the city taxpayers should pay his bills. Pearson resigned last night, facing questions about his role in migrant contracts, allegations of sexual harassment, and physical aggression towards city workers.
Will the city still be paying for his representation in the sexual harassment suits?
Tim made the decision that he wanted to focus on another aspect of his life.
And Mayor Adams did not answer that question about who will be paying Tim Pearson's legal bills, referring us to the city law department, which told us that the city is handling Pearson's civil harassment cases. They're paying for them, and that they would continue to evaluate Pearson's other representation in the criminal cases. Sources in contact with City Hall about house cleaning, meanwhile, are telling me that some of the next people out could be Asian Affairs Liaison Winnie Greco, possibly Deputy Mayor for Public Safety Phil Banks. Also, that the responsibilities of other deputy mayors could possibly shift in the days to come.
Excuse me, can you?
Second thing that happened in court today is that we let the court know that next week we'll be filing a motion to dismiss. We expect these charges to be dismissed. You all remember the Brian Benjamin case, similar shaky theory. That case was dismissed. Same prosecutors, same theory, but the spectacle of this so exciting to them that they wanted to bring another one of these cases. This case isn't even a real case. This is the airline upgrade corruption case. The third thing we said is that we demand that they bring exculpatory information and the discovery to court on Wednesday. As you know from looking at the indictment and from what happened in court, there are no emails, text messages, or any corroboration whatsoever that the mayor knew about anything having to do with these campaign donations. The entire body of evidence is one staffer that says there was a conversation. What you have not learned is that that staffer has lied, and the government is in possession of that lie. When that staffer was first interviewed, that staffer said that Mayor Adams knew nothing about this, he was not involved in this, and that he is innocent. They have that information. They have not turned that over to us. They have not turned that over to you. And so it sort of does not surprise us that they did not answer any questions at that press conference, their little press conference the other day. They have no answer for any of these questions. And they left and they made this assertion or this, they implied that somehow he's disappointing people or that people ought to be disappointed in him. It's not him doing this. It's the government, the other government that everybody should be disappointed in, bringing this case against the sitting mayor.
Did you take free hotel rooms? Heads up. Heads up, guys. How'd it go today, Mr. Mayor?